Greetings, everybody. Eric Wilkes here with Duck Hunting Fanatics, and I have Roland Cortez from Arkansas County Duck Guide Service on the line with me here. Roland, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great, Eric. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking, man. We appreciate you being here and spending some time with us and helping out these duck hunters across the country, and more specifically the ones that are going to be down in your area. We're just going to kind of help them understand what's going on. So, let me ask, I always like to ask, Roland, how long you been a guide?
Eric, I've been a guide for over 20 plus years. I'm originally from South Louisiana, where I got my start in guiding. And I've been up working with Chad for the last 10 years at Arkansas County Duck Guide Service.
Awesome, man. So I'm sure you've done a lot, you've seen a lot, and you're hunting an area of the country that I haven't had the opportunity to get to. So I think we're going to have to change that pretty soon. But just tell us. I know you guys have a split season down there. It sounds like you're kind of in between seasons right now. What did you see in that first part of the season?
Man, we started off with a lot of ducks. We had a lot of ducks and geese holding up on all of our farms. Lots of mallards, a lot of gadwalls, or down south we call them gray ducks. Greenwood were pretty thick, so we had a really good opener, and it lasted the whole 10 days of the season.
Fantastic. So based on, I know because of that split season, sometimes those split seasons don't actually follow the migration patterns. What are you seeing right now for the upcoming season?
Well, we still had a good bit of ducks on the farm. Speckled belly season was still open in Arkansas, so we were doing that. And in the mornings, we were still seeing a good number of birds using our farm. Mallards and gadwalls. We've seen some pintails. We've seen some teal. So we still had a good numbers of birds on our farm, but we were also letting our blinds rest during that split so we can actually build up for the upcoming front that we're going to get following our opener. So there was a good bit of birds still around the area.
Okay. Well, yeah, and if you got that front coming in, hopefully that pushes some more birds down your way, right?
Yeah, and that's why we're letting our blinds rest so we can build up the duck numbers for our opener. And with this front coming, we should get a really good push of ducks because they're close to us. The majority of them, we're just waiting for them to come on down.
Awesome. Yeah, well, we'll look forward to hearing the progress over the next several weeks for sure. And we always ask, we get a lot of guys that are new to duck hunting. They've been hunting maybe a year, maybe two, maybe 3 years, and they're asking us lots of questions. And one of those questions, and I'm going to ask you, is what's the number one tip that you would have for a newbie duck hunter who's just kind of getting into the sport? They've maybe killed a few ducks, but they're hooked.
Man, what I would do is that I try to get as much information on duck hunting that you can. Duck hunting's a great sport. I've done it all my life, and the more information you can get on duck and goose hunting, the better you are. There's lots of books, there's lots of information out there to get acquainted more if you're a newbie duck hunter. Learning to blow duck calls, goose calls, learning how to put decoys out. There's so much information today out there than what there has in years past.
Well, there you have it right there. Study up, do your homework, do your research, and anything you can get your hands on. And what I'm gathering from that is just basically become a sponge and absorb all the information you can, and then go out and try and test and figure out what's going to work for you and for your situation. Is that pretty accurate?
Yes, man, and that's what I do every day. Even though I've been doing this for a very long time, I'm still learning new things as I go.
Awesome. Roland, what's your bucket list dream duck hunt that you'd like to go on? What area, what time of year, and why?
Man, the duck that I haven't got yet is an American black duck. I spent, back in 2012, I spent about a month and a half in Virginia and up in Maryland up there trying to shoot me a black duck. So a black duck is highly on my list to get, because there's just a bird that I haven't harvested yet.
All right. Yeah, that sounds awesome, man. Thanks for sharing. This next question is a fill in the blank, and I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to say the first thing that comes to mind, and it is I'd never leave the blind without my blank.
Without my duck and goose calls.
There you go. Without your duck and goose calls. Those are a good thing to have, and they're kind of important.
Yeah, they're very important in my line of work. I mean, without them tools, I couldn't get the job done.
Exactly. And this next question that I have for you, it's not challenging, but if based on your area, what's the biggest change that you would make, if any, guiding between the start of the season and the end of the season?
Pressure management, man. That's one thing that all of us duck hunters know about, is how much pressure you put on your hunting area. So what I try to do is I try to manage the pressure on it. For some of these blinds, are in a traditional a flight path, where ducks pass every day, year to year. It's traffic area. So the less amount of pressure we can put on this place, if we're hunting in the morning, we try to get out of that area 10, 11 o'clock. We don't hunt in the afternoon, so we let the birds rest. That way there we can have the fatal hole out throughout the season on having your birds not pressured, not being accustomed to seeing decoys, hearing calls, seeing blinds. So that's pretty much something that I really emphasize on the farm that I hunt.
Sure. Yeah, and I think that comes with experience. It also comes with paying attention to detail too. I mean, you got to watch the ducks and you got to watch how they're behaving, how they're moving, how they're reacting, how they're responding. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of moving parts a lot of times with, especially when you're a guide, because right, you have clients. So I think as a guide, you have a little bit of extra pressure to make sure you can put your clients on birds, and because of that, it forces you to kind of pay a little bit closer attention to what's going on and how the birds are actually behaving. And so, you hit the nail on the head. Pressure management is a huge thing. And I like that term too. I've never heard it called pressure management, but that is an excellent term. I'm gonna steal that and put that in my back hip pocket and use it when I need to, because it's a great thought. So I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, without a doubt, Eric. We try very hard in Arkansas County, to give our clients, our hunters, our brand new hunters, a very good opportunity to harvest, ducks and geese. We try to be the number one outfitter in Arkansas.
Absolutely. And I know there's a lot of ducks that fly down through Arkansas too. So that said, I mean, if you could change anything about the current season or the limit regulations in your area, what would that be and why?
I think a lot of the agricultural practices are changing, throughout, the flyway and in Arkansas, and it plays a big effect on duck migration and duck staying in the area, So that's something that's really, affecting a lot of the areas in the south.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
I'd like to see farmers, do more as far as duck habitat.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of across the board. I think the way we've evolved now, everyone's protective of their land, and right, there's not as much openness, and it's almost like there's competition now to be able to hunt certain properties or even get access to certain properties anymore. And I don't really know fully what has caused that. I mean, I have some theories, but I know for a lot of guys, especially in some of the northern states where I'm located, right, everything is pretty much private land, and there's very little public land. So sometimes I know getting access to that can be difficult. So, there needs to, I think there should be, there's definitely a need for some sort of outreach program to connect with these farmers and, explain the benefits of creating more duck habitat.
Yeah, for sure. And again, Arkansas has a lot of with public access. You know, the hunt, so does other states to the south. You know, all of our farms that we hunt are all private. You know, so we'd like to see, and we do. Our farmers help us out a lot. We try to get them to manage their farm for duck habitat. So we've got a pretty good connection with the farmers, and so they really do a good job on doing that for us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Roland, I certainly appreciate you taking some time. I know your time is valuable. You're getting ready for the upcoming season. You've got more clients coming in. Tell all the Duck Hunting Fanatics fans out there how they can get in touch with you and how they can book a hunt.
Well, Eric, you can look up on the web. We have a website available. It's all lowercase, www.arcountyguideservice.com, or you can look us up on Facebook, Arkansas County Duck Guide Service, or on Instagram. And all our information is up on these social media sites. You can contact us at that number, or you can contact me here on landline phone or cell phone at 985-414-4997. And that's my cell phone or landline number if you need to call and get in touch with me to book a hunt.
Awesome. There you go. Well, everyone, make sure you go out, check out Arkansas County Duck Guide Service. That's arcountyguideservice.com. Go check out and definitely give Roland, get in touch with Roland, book a hunt with him, especially if you're going down to Arkansas. I tell you, I keep hearing it's the duck capital of the world. I haven't had the opportunity to get there, but by all means, don't let that stop you. You know, get down there and book a hunt. So, Roland, again, man, appreciate you hanging out with us here. Appreciate you being the eye in the sky, boots on the ground. That's really what this migration report is all about. It's giving people something different. And so I thank you very, very much for your time, and I'll look forward to connecting with you again, you know, next week and the weeks coming forward as you move through your next season.
Yes, Eric, me, Chad, and the other guys were very excited to be part of Duck Hunting Fanatics. So thank you all for having it.
You bet, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
All right, you too.